right, welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Hello, and welcome to the Friday KVJ After the Show podcast.
It's an Easter show, Kev.
Yes, it is.
And
Yes, it is.
every Easter, my mother-in-law, my husband's stepmom, she makes Easter chocolates.
Okay.
And she makes them in the shape of penises to celebrate Easter. Don't know why, but here's your Easter penis.
Okay, yeah, nothing says he has risen than that right
He
there, because he has
has
definitely risen, this
risen.
guy.
Happy
Yeah.
Easter, Kev. Eat a dick.
Don't really know why. She's been doing that for so many years.
Huh.
Every Easter, we get a box of delicious chocolate. I mean, these dicks are delicious.
I am a fan.
They're really good chocolates. And she makes a bunch of different kinds, not just dicks.
I'm a fan of anybody who's got a thing. So when you bring her name up, oh, the one that makes the chocolate dicks.
Yeah, dick chocolate. Yeah, we should just call her that. Dick chocolate.
I love it.
They are delicious dicks, though, Kevin.
Although I think this dick might have a bit of an STD.
Oh, she got banged up a little bit.
She got some diddy bumps on that D.
I'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, we got a lot of nice little gifts here today. It was very lovely. Sip Tequila gave us some amazing, especially engraved tequila bottles here. It says KVJ on it. That's just the Reposado.
Emily and her mom came in, and they brought Jay Bird a T-shirt that's so cool.
This is such an awesome T-shirt, and they were so kind and sweet. And the bottle that Kevin's got up, that is a piece of art, my man.
It is.
After you drink that, I would highly recommend getting an LED light situation and putting
Yep.
that on a shelf.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
They
it's
engraved it with
gorgeous.
KVJ.
Well, and then the top is dipped in wax. It's a very great presentation on how they do that.
Thank you, Sip Tequila.
Yeah, the bottle thing is a big kind of artsy kind of a thing you can do that a lot of people on social media, if you have a home bar, you can make that shit look on fleek.
I
As
love
they
it.
say.
And then we
Yeah.
got tumblers.
Yeah. A lot of whiskey in that thing this weekend.
Is that from
Okay.
Jess in Allentown?
That is from Jess from Allentown, who I love.
Who's now in Orlando.
So sweet. So she's Jess from Allentown from Orlando. Which is awesome. Great energy.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of really cool things going on here today. So thank you to them for all that. Yes, and Jess got me a nice little tumbler. It's an Ohio State one. I appreciate. And,
Nice.
A little checkerboard, too, with Ohio State on it.
So sweet.
We
so
kinda
thoughtful.
I feel like we have the nicest audience out there, and I'm not just
Good.
pandering. They're
good.
pretty fucking
Very
good, dog.
Well, you're pretty good. You deserve all these gifts.
I ain't trying to Facebook fish. I'm just saying we got some good people out there.
Got a few questions here. The Weird and Whatever went down last night, and you were going to be talking about disposing of Ouija boards. And Anthony said, yeah, it's no joke. You need to bury it at least 10 miles away from your home. That's his suggestion. But
10 miles.
what were you saying? How do you properly dispose of a Ouija board?
Buried?
So I am not a person that gives a lot of power to the Ouija board, but there are people who say, dude, respect it, and there's a proper way of getting rid of it. And don't just be this fuckface out in the backyard burning a Ouija board, because if you do that, all of a sudden, you might have arms coming out of your wall.
I would never burn a Ouija board. That, to me, seems like you are asking for trouble.
Well, there are some things just of certain respect that there is a category of some items that you need to dispose of properly. Like people might say the Bible, same way. If you have an old Bible, what are you going to do with that? If you got an American flag, how are you going to dispose of that? You know, so there are some things where there's guidelines and protocol on how to do it.
If I had an old Bible or an old flag, I wouldn't throw them away. I would fold them up and put them in a keepsake box.
Or you display them. I mean,
Yeah.
those are relics at that point.
They're heirlooms.
But Let me ask you this, Kev. Do you think that sometimes people put too much thought into something and then it almost kind of comes true because that's what they're focusing on?
Or you manifest it.
Yeah.
Yeah, people do talk about that there's something to it. It was behind that whole thing, The Secret, that was big like 20 years ago, where you put together your dream board, wish board, whatever you called it, and then it was supposed to happen for you.
Vision board.
Yeah, vision board thing.
See, I think people got that twisted because all that stuff is good for organizing your mission, but that doesn't mean if you want a new car, I'm The Secret, I got a Lamborghini. No, it makes you focus and it makes you discipline on the task at hand, and that's really what the secret is.
It's about your life steering in the direction of your most powerful thoughts.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is, because you notice that with anything, you become what you think. And that's why, your thought game is really important, and that you're dwelling on the right things at the right time. And if you're not, then you just inadvertently are steering your life in that direction.
It's kind of the one message I think as just our own species needs to really understand. You are your thoughts.
That's so true.
Everything you're doing revolves around a thought you're having.
And you become the person that you keep telling yourself in your head that you are. So you can tell yourself nice things and manifest goodness and goals and accomplishments, or you can tell yourself things like you're fat, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're lazy, and then you manifest that.
Well, the person you hear the most in your life is yourself. You spend the most time with anybody with yourself. So if you have shitty thoughts, you might have shitty actions.
Don't be shitty.
It's tough sometimes.
It is tough, but remind yourself that the narrative I'm creating in my brain is going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't want to tell myself I'm fat and gross and lazy, and I want to be awesome.
But if you really break that down and think about that, you're right, though. The only person you're talking to the most in your life ever is you. That's the most you're going to spend time with anybody. Not your loved ones, not your daughter. Did I make a misquote?
Did we just eat some marijuana in those dick chocolates?
Man.
Those dick chocolates have pot in them.
I don't want to speak for y'all. I'm not here. I'm not in the business of speaking for y'all, but I thought it was Good Friday.
Jeremy said, Kevin and Jaybird, have you guys called your mother's old number lately? I did, and someone answered, and it freaked me out for a second. No, I've not called the number, but the one thing that I do have is I have the last text thread with my mom. And, the way the phones are designed that, you can kind of delete it and it'll come back if that person texts you. But clearly my mom's not going to text me anytime soon. If she does, that'd be really weird. So I've held on to that, and I wouldn't think of reaching out. Just I think the fact that there would be no answer or there would be somebody else, I don't want that conclusion, but I've held on to that. So the last words and conversations I have with my mom, I have, and I've even saved it, on my computer. So I'll hold on to that forever.
I did it a long time ago, and it was the weirdest thing. It's slightly different than what they're asking, but I was with my girlfriend Honeyface, and I was talking about my mom in the parking lot of Joseph's Classic Market. And for whatever reason,
It's where you belong.
Yeah, I guess
it's where your mom would have been proud you were.
There was probably something that reminded me of my mom, and I hadn't called my mom's number in, 11 years probably. And as we are walking up to Joseph's, I just hear my phone talking to me and go, what the heck is going on? And I looked up. I butt dialed my mom's number. It was the weirdest thing.
Whoa.
It wasn't me trying to be cute. I had no idea where my mom's number would be at.
Jay, get a chicken palm.
Yeah, it was because I was having this emotional conversation with my girlfriend about my mom. And as we're walking up to Joseph's, I'm like, what's going on?
You butt dialed your mom.
And it said mom on it. And it was fucking weird, man.
Wow.
Yeah. So is that just coincidence? It could be, of course.
Do you have that thing on your feature on your phone where you can say, call mom?
Nope. Never set up any kind of features like that. I gossip way too much. Don't like the computers know what I'm saying. No, I know it sounds like, oh, Bird, this is what happened. And you saw it was nothing like that. It was a situation where I hadn't gone down. You know when you can go down the recents of your phone calls? Dude, this was like 9 years ago on my phone history.
Wow.
It's fucking weird.
And answering a question from earlier about hiding eggs under somebody's bed, how long would it take for raw eggs to start smelling? And Karen had said, I hid hard-boiled Easter eggs for my son one time, and I thought that I'd found all of them. But 4 months later, my dog actually found it in the bottom of a fake tree. I had hid it in the house, and I'm telling you that egg still did not stink from the outside of the shell.
Huh.
Yeah, maybe if I open it up, but I didn't do that. So... yeah, it will not start smelling.
I think you get in a smelly situation when you get into a Virginia situation. Egg salad, sweaty ass eggs at a barbecue with flies on them.
I love egg salad.
You do.
So good to me.
Yeah.
It's one of the most repulsive.
I think it's when you boil them. If you have just, regular egg sitting there, it's just, when you, for whatever reason, put meat to it, in a sense, it gets solid. Then you got something to actually start decaying and stanking. Christopher said, hey, KVJ, I got a little bit of a problem. I snored really loudly and my fiance can't take it.
Oh, no.
For the past few months, every night after I fall asleep, she gets up and then goes to the couch to sleep. I get up early from my job and I got to go to bed around 7 or 8, and I think it plays a big part of me snoring so loud. I tried the mouthpiece and the nose strips from Amazon. That did nothing. I feel terrible about it and I want to fix it, but I don't know what to do next. I need help for the sake of my fiance, Chris and Tahira from Orlando. Yeah, I've only just seen some of the home remedy stuff where people will even sew a tennis ball on the back of their pajama top or whatever it is, and they'll wear that to bed every night because it keeps you off your back, and I guess that's where a lot of the snoring does happen. If you're on your side, you're okay.
You also might have sleep apnea, and it's
That's
something
true.
that you really need to go get diagnosed. It can change your life getting your tonsils or adenoids taken out. It really does.
And they have new machines now and new technology. It's not like the CPAP machines where you had to have like this big contraption on your face. And
You don't have
sleep
to wear
with
the
it.
Hannibal Lecter mask anymore.
There's been advancements in modern medicine that are way helpful for somebody with snoring issues. You don't have to live with it.
Well, when I was probably about 22 or 23, and my parents were so concerned when I would fall asleep, I would gag and choke, and they go, what the fuck is going on with you?
That's scary. That's
And
sleep apnea.
They thought it was weight. I lost weight. It was still going on. My tonsils were so enlarged, and my adenoids were all fucked. Some people just have that. So just go to is it ear, eye, teeth,
Eye, ear,
throat?
nose, and throat.
Yeah. What my girl said.
Yeah. They're talking a bit about doing a sleep study, and some of them you go to a center, but some apparently you can do at home, according to Mike. And maybe that'll help you out and get you the answer that you need.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're thinking sleep apnea. I know a lot of times you have that CPAP machine, but I've seen the commercials now. It's something, have you seen that where the guy sticks it to his chest and the whole thing is about how you don't need your CPAP machine anymore?
That's fascinating.
Yeah, I think it's getting to that point.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Nobody wants to go to bed with a fucking
No.
Michael Myers mask on their head.
Who wants to wear scuba gear to bed?
Yeah. It is a little terrifying. Didn't know Lady Gaga has her own cookie. Jamie had sent this in. It's a Lady Gaga inspired sandwich cookie from Oreo. And the cookie itself looks pink and the cream looks green.
Huh.
Yeah, that's not an appealing cookie.
I don't know what that's all about or what the connection is to Lady Gaga. Those are her colors of some sort.
If I was walking down the aisle and I saw that and I knew nothing about Lady Gaga and I'm just going on the cookie, that looks like shit.
They are bold and different like Gaga.
Look, I like that she's bold and different. Just don't make shitty cookies.
And if you like soft cookies, the Cheesecake Factory is now offering up a version for you to enjoy at home with 5 different flavors available at a grocery store near you. They have strawberry shortcake, lemon raspberry, red velvet, peanut butter fudge ripple, and triple chocolate fudge.
Okay.
If me and Cheesecake Factory were in a relationship, my social media status would be, it's complicated.
Okay.
I love Cheesecake Factory. I do. But, dude, they got a novel. It's just so many options. It's kind of expensive. And again, I think too many options is kind of daunting for a person.
It is. Yeah, it is, no doubt. I know that when it comes to fast food places that have been studied, they found 7 is the tap-out number for people when it comes to combo meals. They don't offer more than 7.
Well, I even heard there's a science behind convenience stores.
I'm sure
Going,
there
do
is.
not have more than 15 items in an aisle because the human brain is like, bubble gum, whoa, with Snickers, fuck. They can't handle it.
Really?
Yeah.
Bubblegum, Snickers, fuck.
Your brain goes into overdrive. So many pleasures of the world.
I don't know. I go in some convenience stores like, I'm sorry to have to call them out, but the new Racetrack. It's beautiful on the inside, but the shelves are shorter. They don't have as many varieties. They don't go deep with the candy selection. I like it when I have every kind of candy under the sun and it's all there, because sometimes I like an obscure candy and they don't have that at Racetrack. They only have the heavy hitters.
Imagine that. She's a diva even at a convenience store.
Right, huh?
Get it together, Racetrack.
They don't have elevated chocolate, Kevin.
They don't. And I want a Heath bar. And they don't have that shit. And I like it, and they don't have it.
Now, I will defend you. A Heath bar has a place in a gas station. It should.
It should be there.
I agree. Fuck Racetrack.
Fuck Racetrack,
Are they
Kevin.
client? Kevin, are they client?
Not anymore.
No, we like them. They were so sweet to us the last time we went in there and did a bit.
No, I like the people that work there.
The people that work there are
Yeah,
awesome.
They're awesome.
They were so nice.
What do you think about this creation? Miller Lite is partnering with Pringles on 2 brand new chips, beer can chicken and grilled beer brat.
Ooh.
You know what? That's exactly the audience they're target, the Pringles audience, and they're going to eat it up.
I don't hate that.
They're going to love it.
With
And
Miller
then
Lite?
she hates
Chicken,
Pringles.
I do, but I like the creativity. I like the chicken flavored chip and I like the bratwurst flavored chip. And I'm not a Pringles girl. I like creativity.
And Pringles, I would put on that list of products that have lost their gusto.
Did you happen to get into that can of Pringles that dude Josh, who gave you the whiskey, had
Not-
given you?
Nope, I was too busy getting into the whiskey.
Yeah.
Peruvian Pringles.
Oh yeah, there was only so much a man could open
I hear you,
in
yeah.
one day.
Right.
But this weekend I'll do a little review.
Okay.
Me and Honey, maybe I'll do a review.
She can film it.
yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
And Wendy's is introducing a new Cajun Crunch sandwich. It is made with seasoned chicken, pepper jack cheese, crispy onions, pickles, lettuce, and spicy mustard.
See, our Raging Cajun needs to do a review on that.
I would do that. I'll go eat that.
That sounds pretty good.
That does.
I support Wendy's. I support what they do. I love their social media. I think they're sassy and fun, and they make me laugh out loud. How many times can you say that about a fast food social media?
Do you know what I like about Wendy's? They aren't scared to have some balls, baby.
Exactly.
They may get some blowback, and they could be dicks.
And
on
they
their...
did. They
Yeah,
came back
good.
after they were dicks to Katy Perry. They came back and they apologized.
They did?
They said we're big fans. We think her talent is out of this world.
They kind of mocking
They
us.
mocked her again. Which I think is awesome.
Damn, fucking Katy Perry can't buy a right turn.
She got double dicked by Wendy's.
She's had a rough 2025, man.
But I support Wendy's. I will try your Cajun chicken.
Okay. And you can wash it down, too, with a new tangerine twist lemonade.
Oh, just my game.
Okay.
Oh, I
You
am
like
a-
that kind of stuff?
I am a tangerine slut.
Yeah. All right. He gets with it. Subway right now through April 29th is offering free double meat on any sandwich for MVP Rewards members. So if you need more meat, you can do
Double meat.
Great for the Midwest. They love double meat in the Midwest.
But not good for the midsection.
that. No. And McDonald's is going to be bringing back the snack wraps this summer.
Oh,
for
I
that.
love that. The grilled chicken snack wrap was amazing.
It was.
It
I
was
used to get those a lot.
light. It was perfect.
Yep.
You could take your kid through the drive-through and still get yourself something and not feel guilty. Because sometimes I would get like, a Filet-O-Fish and I would inhale it in 3 seconds, and then there's so much guilt afterwards because, You know that thing ain't good for you.
I kind of feel like McDonald's is that significant other you got back with after many years of being apart, and there's definitely troubled waters under that bridge, but you feel like you've kind of, got to a point of peace, but there's still something quite off. You are laying with her, McDonald's, and you don't fully trust her yet.
She's bad.
You just don't know if you can go, is this my life partner? I don't know.
Is she going to punch me in the throat when I'm sleeping?
Is she going to fucking give me a health punch in my dick when I'm not looking?
Oh, she's going to give you a STD?
A health punch, dick? Yeah.
She's going to give you diddy bumps on your dick?
And Justin said here that Little Caesars sauce game is excellent. As you guys were talking about your 4 favorite sauces, my personal favorite is their Buffalo Ranch.
I don't hate buffalo if it's mild mixed with something, so I could maybe get down with that.
A Buffalo Ranch could work for you?
When it comes to your buffalo, do you like it, sizzling that dick, or do you want it
hot?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually go for the hot.
Okay.
When I order my buffalo sauce.
So you're not a mid, you're not a mild, you are
Give
a
me
hot.
hot. Give me
Give
a hot.
you hot.
Yeah, and it's rare. Now, look, there are some places you can go to Buffalo Wild Wings, and they have levels of the hot that is too much. But typically when you're going to a Flanagan's or a Miller's Ale House, something along those lines, their hot is not anything that, blows your pants off. So I'll usually go for the hot in most places. Unless it's a specified wing joint that their hot is meant to
be good,
yeah,
and also kind of kick you in the dick a little bit.
Yeah, some of them are, just way too much.
Well, that's why I don't understand people that love hot sauce to the point where the hot sauce is so...
It's a young man's game.
It's a bully ingredient.
Yeah.
You can't even taste anything.
No, you can't. You're trying to be a badass.
That's why I like the Thai chili at a Beats, because it's got a little bit of zing to it, but it's not kick you in your penis.
We should send that clip to a Beats. It's a great endorsement.
It's the perfect yummy taste. Panda was eating the sauce last night with a spoon. In the bottom of the wings, they had given me extra sauce on the wings.
Yeah.
And he was eating it with a spoon. He's like, damn, this Thai chili is on point.
I would love to get a secret camera on the great people over at a Beats and go, so Virginia's really talking you guys up. Listen to what she said about y'all's sauce. It is... Whatever crazy shit you just said. I would love to see the reaction on that.
They probably would like it because they're cool.
They are cool. I think they get our vibe.
They do. They get that, we're a little bit off the wall.
Yes.
But, that's how you get attention. They want attention for their new restaurants, and there's a lot of them popping up. They're putting in a Beats in the Pizzle.
Yeah,
there's one coming to the Treasure Coast now. They're popping up everywhere.
I would say pizza and chicken are the 2 main food things that everyone is just slugging it out with. Chicken and pizza, baby.
You're right.
There's so many of all those kind of places popping up.
Yeah.
Everybody loves pizza and chicken wings.
Yeah, very popular. One place not as popular, the TGI Fridays. And this email says, over 20 years ago, I would say I went to TGI Fridays a lot more. I was consistently, though, getting horrible chicken wings time and time again, where the bone was consistently cracked in the middle and it kept stabbing me. So I had enough and I stopped going there. And I also noticed they were making it darker and darker every time I went. Ruby Tuesdays kind of did that. We're so dark in the restaurant. I hate doing that because I can't see my food and you don't know if there's anything crawling in it. So the darker the restaurant, sometimes I feel like they do that on purpose to hide their gross food.
I would not be caught dead at a Ruby Tuesdays. Even if I was a hostage for 2 weeks and they go, all right, you can eat some stuff from Ruby Tuesday. I'm like, I'm good.
Isn't there one in the Gardens Mall?
If it's still there, I don't know how the fuck it could be
Maybe
there.
it's not there anymore.
I don't think
know.
so. I remember there used to be.
Used to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like some 2007 shit.
Yeah,
right there.
that was a long, long time ago.
I don't know. I've never been in one, but
you would never dare be spotted in a Ruby Tuesday.
Yeah,
Why would
they got
you?
like Tap 42 now. They've
okay.
upgraded.
I like that.
But to your point, I'm on your side. That is not a chain restaurant I get behind. Ruby Tuesdays, fuck.
That's not a real Ruby. It's a Fugazi.
It's a Fugazi.
And Jessica said, I manage a restaurant. And I got a little story for you. In the middle of banter between my chef and I goofily knocked his hat off his head.
Yeah?
and exposed a bald spot
Oh no.
in which he obviously was very self-conscious about because he kind of flipped out.
Oh no.
Flipped out.
Yeah, I
What'd he
apologized.
say?
Well, he was just upset about it. He still hasn't spoken to me about it, but
Oh.
you know.
How long were they together for? Or this is new?
Her and her chef at work.
Oh, chef.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's you know your own insecurities, so when somebody exposes that, you may act a little weird.
Well, I'll try to, if you let me know who he is, I'll try to maybe get him into hair club and get his hair on point, get that confidence
It's
back.
easy to fix.
It does. And, look, hey, I know. I mean, I would wear hats every day. I used to dread having to go to an event where you couldn't wear a hat. So I'm like, oh, man.
That sucks, man.
does.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
And people don't realize that really can bring down your whole
does.
level of just mood.
Yeah, it attacks your confidence. It really does. Yeah, that's why, to me, if you care about it, do something about it.
Look at you now with that hair club hair. You
Love it.
prance in the room like a pony.
Yeah, I don't think about it. It's great.
She's best in show.
I have a
Love
lot
it.
of people. They ask me about your weight loss shit, and they ask me about your hair, and I actually forget that you even had hair issues. To be quite
I
honest
do
with
too
you,
now. Yeah, and it used to always be on my mind. Yeah.
Yeah, and also too, I would suggest never ever touching someone's head or anything around their face. You don't know how people are. You don't know if they were abused. Some people have a reaction. I am one of those people. I wasn't abused, but if you touch my hat, girls think it's so cute. Let me grab your hat. It is so fucking annoying. Don't be grabbing people's hats. Don't be knocking off shit off. Don't be touching people.
Just don't be touching anybody like that.
Exactly.
It's not.
Just don't be surprised when you get a weird reaction from somebody.
People don't like it.
They don't like it.
Very self-conscious about some of those things sometimes. And Crystal on here, I believe.
Is that Crystal that played today on Denny's Knows If You're High?
Is that the Crystal I met, but then I asked her if I met her, and she goes, I don't think I ever met you, Bird. I remember that. We met a nice Crystal that came in here that's in our chat room, and I thought that's who it was.
She's telling us about her trip that she was sent to in Europe and about the taxes and tips. She said in Europe, they do not expect tips. I've attached a copy of a receipt from when I stopped at a gas station, and I got 20 euro of gas and a 6-pack of beer. The shelf tag of the beer was $10.50, and the total at the register was $30.50. Wow, you'll see on the receipt, it breaks down how the tax is already included in the price that is advertised. So there aren't any surprises or mental math to be done before getting to the register.
Huh.
Yeah, so side note, you'll see the tax on a 6-pack was 21%. Yikes. So, but as you get it, though, that being the point, that you know exactly, if you get $20 of gas and you get beer that's $10.50, it comes out right to $30.50.
Gotcha.
And that is unnerving here because look, if you have cash, I've had that before where I think it was just $30, and I was getting tequila and a bottle of lime juice, and I'm like, okay, well, it should be like $27.80. And I'm like, all right, let's roll the dice, baby, because I can't do the tax in my head like that. So I'm like, all right, don't be over. And I'm like, oh,
That's such tax anxiety.
it is.
Ah.
You get tax anxiety here in the States.
We need to get you doing fresh limes and make your own lime juice. That's the way a elevated palate would enjoy his tequila.
You can't just grow a lime garden.
Just saying.
Dude, just grow a
You're
lime
at
garden.
the Publix. Instead of grabbing a bottle of lime juice, go get some limes and make your own little lime juice. It's going to taste way better than the stuff in the jar.
Yeah, I've done
She's
that.
right.
I have done that a little bit, and it takes a lot of limes, and it costs a lot more to do that.
You gotta, before you cut them, roll them and smush them. So you roll, smush, smush, smush. Roll, smush, smush, smush. Then cut them. You'll get way more juice out of them.
You lost him at cut. You gained me at smush.
Okay. Yeah, they're a bit more expensive, at least at the liquor store.
It's a little more work. Oh no, I never buy produce
dude.
at the liquor store.
Everything. If you buy a plastic cup at a liquor store, it's going to cost you $17.
$5 lime.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that is you have no other way of getting any other drinks. Like the lift cars in the parking lot. Guys, I have to buy $19 limes.
Right. Yeah, so cost and convenience, I usually just grab that bottle.
I
but
think you'll
I see what you're saying.
do a taste comparison. Have some fun with it. Do a side-by-side comparison with some Blanco.
Okay.
And try the stuff in the lemon juice
little
container.
blind taste test, see if you can tell the difference.
Yes.
Okay.
So what is the tequila you love out of all the types? Because I know there's different types.
He likes the wet one.
Whoa. How what you look?
Typically, I'm buying whatever's around $30 a bottle because that's kind of my price cap on how I do it when I'm talking about day to day. But yeah, if I could drink whatever I want, I love the Don Julio's. Casamigos is very good. So those are two brands that I know if I had that, I'm like, okay, this is a good day.
Knowing my palate, which is no more than a fourth grader.
Right.
What would I like knowing me in the tequila world? What would I really just? Oh fuck yeah!
He likes the caramel coloring.
Yeah. I think you're going to want something that's going to be mixed. I would say you probably want like a margarita, so I would get like a Blanco, and then you could get a $30 bottle. Like the Rocks Terramina is about $30.
Does tequila make you horny? Cause I tell you what, the beast in me comes out.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Are you
be
asking
careful.
him out on a date?
I think so. I think it's.
I'm just wondering
yeah.
if it's me or if it's the tequila. There's certain alcohols I think kind of get it going a little bit, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah, doesn't anything kind of give you a buzz, get you ready to go?
Kind of.
Yeah.
I think you just want to get busy.
I think you could huff paint and you'd be horny.
Oh, you're right.
Experiment.
Oh, huffing and porking are great together.
Huffing and porking.
What a combo, huh? What'd you do this weekend? Huffed and porked.
Huffed, porked, and huffed.
It was Easter. God bless us all.
He has risen.
That's right, baby. Enjoy your dick chocolates. All right, y'all. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Holy Monday.
Woohoo!